Sup nerds! Welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome back to another Bookworm Brew video. I think we're at episode 3, but who's counting at this point? I am so excited for today's video. We're going to be talking about a lot, so buckle up, grab your coffees. We'll talk about my coffee for today. First, if you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's just get started. I don't know if you can see, I'm like a little bit like, I'm a little bit pressed for time today. No worries. I feel like we'll definitely hit all the topics that I want to talk about today. But I didn't have time to like film making my coffee. So we're going to make it together in this freaking blender bottle because I didn't want to wash a cup. I know how lazy. And I didn't have any other cutie cups. So we had to go a little bit, ghetto fabulous today. So I just put some ice in, and so I've done this a couple times when I want a little iced coffee because the new brown sugar, like shaken espresso or whatever that Sabrina Carpenter came out with, whatever, I just wasn't buying it from, I wasn't buying it, and so, from Dunkin'. And so I was like, let me just like make my own sugar-free sort of brown sugar tasting vibe. So this is caramel, but this just adds like a little bit of a different taste, like a little bit sweeter in a way, even though it's sugar-free. There's no calories in it. It's the Skinny Mix's salted caramel sauce topping. So I like to just put that around the cup. Again, normally what I do is I'll like blend everything in the blender bottle and then pour it in a cute cup and put this around the cute cup. But we're limited on options today. So I'm just gonna spread it around in there. It can be super cute if you like want it to be super cute, but again, it's like not the end of the world either way. Let's see what spills first. Then I usually take then I've been taking the Good & Gather. This is the cold brew. I know like Starbucks has one too. Good & Gather is just cheaper at Target. Black, unsweetened, unsweetened, medium roast, whatever. And I'll do 3/4 cups of that. So I'll do 3 of these in there. Let's see, baby. Do 1. 2. And then 3. I know you're probably like, Marissa, why don't you just go upstairs really quick? It's just like so much more work, taking the whole camera, the whole setup, coming back and resetting up. And I did just film a makeup video, which I'll tell you about in a second, but I did just film a makeup video too. So it's just like, I just didn't want to go all over the place. So after that, then I'll take some of this. So this is the Natural Bliss Oat Creamer, plant-based, brown sugar flavored, and look at that brown sugar, and I was like, ooh, this is so yummy, and it's just lower, I think it was like lower sugar, lower calories per, like tablespoon and stuff like that than the regular stuff. Wanted to just try it, and so it ends up being perfect. So I'll do 1/4 cup of this, and I'll do 1/4 cup and like then a 1/2 cup. It ends up being like 5 tablespoons or something, like 5 or 6 tablespoons or something like that, equivalent, but it's just easier because then I don't have to dirty too many things at the same time. All right, let's see. Oh yeah. And then again, I'll just do a 1/2 really quick. But obviously, like, do it to your taste, because not Starbucks, the coffee concentrate is strong, but it is so tasty. Okay. So then what I'll do next, I know you guys are like, what is this? Mary Poppins just pulling it out of my bag. What I'll normally do is take a little bit of actual brown sugar and just sprinkle it on. I don't do a lot. It's not like a ton. It's just the smallest amount, to be honest. And it's just to add a little bit of something, you know? Just a little bit of something. Again, to taste. It's just for like the effect of like, you know, being bougie. You know, you want to be bougie for 5 seconds. There you go. And then you can give her a good, here, I'll give you some ASMR. Give her a good mixeroonie. Taste it, see if you want to add more cream or whatever it is. But this has just been kicking that craving for like a brown shaken espresso for $5. just as good. I was like, I don't know, it might just taste different now that since I made it down here. But no, it tastes so good. I definitely think that's one thing that I've taken from 75 Hard when I did it, was just like that there are so many good options that are tastier and healthier. As far, I mean, like, obviously it's like, that sounds obvious, but like, for me, that's really not the case for a lot of foods. I'm gonna be 100 with you, but like for coffee specifically, definitely so many good options that are way healthier for you, and have way less sugar and way less calories, which it was just surprising to me, how many calories are freaking in an iced coffee. I'm like, bro, you can blow half your calories for a day on it, one of those like, signature, coffees from Dunkin'. Yeah, no. But I did mention like talking about like starting dieting up again and stuff like that. So I'm actually gonna try, and I'll keep you guys updated if you're interested. I think it's Hungry Root, or what's the other one? I don't know. It's Home Chef. No idea how I just forgot that. It's Home Chef, which I'm really excited about because they do like a combo of, so HelloFresh did it. So I really enjoyed HelloFresh. HelloFresh though isn't necessarily healthy food. It's just like good food, tasty food. Obviously you can like pick certain meals and stuff to be more like healthy, but it's not like, that's not their thing. But also HelloFresh is, you have to like make the meals every time, and I don't mind making it if I have like a recipe to follow. I'm not good at like being creative and like just buying food from the store and being like, oh yeah, let me put this all together and create this delicious meal. No. It's not me. It's not my journey. And so I was just like, and sorry, a couple things just went into my brain. I almost forgot a couple things. Hold on. Anyway, so I was like, so it's not, so I don't mind it, but I do sometimes would prefer to just like microwave something or like stick it in the oven. But that's what I like about this one, is that it will send you can do options. So there are options for like meals you can cook from scratch. There's options for microwavable meals, and there's options for like just stick them in the oven. This is not sponsored or anything like that. I was just very excited about it because I like having the options, because sometimes, you know, I don't have the time, or I don't like want to spend the time, to be honest, cooking a whole freaking meal, just being 100. Sometimes I would, sometimes I don't, and so I like having the options, so I'm excited about it, and I will let you guys know. I did try Factor, which is just like the microwavable meals, and me and my mom didn't really love that because they weren't like the tastiest in the whole wide world. So I will let you guys know about Home Chef and like my thoughts on that if you're interested. Alright, we can jump into some of the bookish things that I have to talk about. So I was on a book buying ban for the month of January. I did really well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ended up buying, so I'll show you some books that I ended up buying, but I felt like, here's the thing. I bought them and I did feel guilty because I wanted to like go the month without buying a single book at all. But these were books that I already read, and so for me it was just like, it's stupid to like not buy, like the reason why I want to go on a book buying ban is because my TBR cart was overflowing, and there's so many books on there that I haven't read yet. Like I'm buying them just to sit there, like it makes no sense. So that's what the goal of the book buying ban was, and not necessarily, I mean, obviously it saves you money because you're not buying that many books, but that was not the like full intention. So here's the thing. So I didn't buy any new books. No new books went on my TBR cart. And so, I don't know, you can determine if you feel like I passed or failed. I thought I felt really, really good the entire month. And I feel like I made like some really just smart choices. Like some books that I was like, it's like, these are decisions that I wouldn't have normally made. Like getting the book on Kindle Unlimited, obviously, that sounds like duh, but like I like having both the physical copy and the Kindle Unlimited version, but I just decided to go with the Kindle Unlimited version. I even like planned out some books that I'm like, okay, like I won't buy them coming up, I'll just wait until after I read them, because it's true, like to buy a book sometimes and then to not like it really does suck, which is not very common, but it's true, it does suck. But also to buy a book and then have it sit on your shelf is so dumb. And I know like we're so much in the habit of it. I'm such in the habit of doing that because it's like, I won't go into maybe we'll talk about this another episode, but like instant gratification is so strong right now, where we just need things so quickly. Like we do not like to wait. I do not like to wait. And it's just like I feel like I start to get anxious if I don't have it now, or don't get it done now, or don't do it now. Even just before I started filming, I was like, I gotta film now. And I just start to feel like hurry, gotta go. And it's so absolutely ridiculous because it's just not like realistic. And so that's what I felt about like some of the book purchases that I in the past, like where I'm like, I need to buy them, but then I buy them and they literally sit on my shelf for months. Like I have to dust some of them because they're that old on my shelf, and I felt like I needed them in the moment. And so yeah, I'm making a couple better decisions, like stuff like that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow myself for the month of February, we're gonna just try it again. I did this a couple months ago and I really liked it, to allow myself to buy 5 new books, 5 books that will go on the TBR cart, but 5 new books. They don't have to be new releases, but I just mean like 5 books to my collection that I haven't read yet, for the month of February. Again, I think that's a great place to start. I think so. I'm clearing out, basically if I read everything on my TBR for February, I'll clear out a whole shelf, which is like 10 to 11 books depending on the size of the books. But I'm like, bringing in 5 will still give me some breathing room, so I can do some rereads for maybe March, and then still do like maybe even a bigger haul like June, but have space for that, you know what I mean? So I think that's where we're gonna go. The goal is gonna be for February is only to bring in 5 books. Now, as far as books that I am already read, I honestly think I'm just gonna let myself purchase them. And I think that obviously within reason, if I find myself spending so much money on books that I already read, that's one thing. But honestly, I really don't think, I think there are like only maybe like 3 or 4 that I'm like, that I know off the top of my head that I've been waiting to buy that I haven't bought that I already read. Honestly, it's fine. And I will tell you that these purchases that I did on like the honestly, I did them on like the 30th. Like it was very last minute end of the month. So I'm like, come on, pat myself on the back. I don't even remember the last time I bought a book, to be honest, just because I had so many that I need to read. But I need to go get our buddy read, and then I also, before I show you the books, I know you guys are like, Marissa, what is this chaos? Just bear with me. I said this when I was doing this makeup tutorial, and I was like, trust the process. Just trust the process. I did this makeup tutorial. It was kind of like Wintercore Inspo from ACOTAR. And I don't know, what do you think? I'll pop in a couple pictures that I think were like super cute, like definitely giving the vibe. But I don't know, I loved it. And it's like that cold girl makeup look. You guys know. I'm sure you know. You might know. If you don't know, now you know. But I thought it was super cute. So that's why I'm so full glam right now. It's actually so hilarious. When I checked last, the winner was winning by like a landslide, but now that I'm looking again, it's actually pretty close. I'm sure if I left it for a little bit longer, they could like even tie, but unfortunately, the poll closes today when I'm filming this, and so we're gonna go with what the winner says right now, and I'm honestly really excited about it, so I don't want it to change. You're like, okay. So drum roll please. The winner was The Off Limits Rule by Sarah Adams. Right now it's winning. It has 37%. And 37%. I'm like, normally they're at like 40 or something like that. I feel like, I don't, maybe not. But I'm very excited about this, and I'm glad that you guys are so excited about it too. Because I was not originally excited about it. Then I read this. I think I read it in my TBR video. But the girl, she's a single mom. She's a four-year-old son, and she moves in, I think, with her brother, and then her brother has a best friend. I was like, yes, it's Sarah Adams, so it's gonna be quick. This was definitely motivation as to why I didn't buy Beg, Borrow, and Steal yet, because obviously I have this one that I haven't read, so I want to read the Sarah Adams before I buy that one, and again, just making smarter choices. But I was very glad that this one won, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, second for a while was Things You Save in a Fire by Catherine Center. That one was second for a really long time, but right now it has 24%, which I'm actually very excited about this one too. I just know it's going to be very emotional, so I was kind of glad that that one didn't win, but I was like, if you guys wanted to read it, we can cry together. But second place actually ended up being Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt with 32%. I was like, what? 32 to 37? Oh no. It's close call, and I know a lot of you wanted me to read this one as well, which I do really want to read this one, and this one's been on my TBR cart for longest. This one and Crescent City have probably been on my TBR cart for like almost a year, which is not long to some people, but is definitely long to other people. So I do want to get to this, and I'm going to try to prioritize it this month if I can. If not, I will try to get it in March, but I'm very excited about this one. I think this one also is single parent as well, so like, yeah. And then in dead last place with 7% was When Sparks Fly. I don't know who the author is by, but I get it. You know, I had saw someone random talk about this and said like it's kind of like if you like cowboys and stuff like that, but also if you like twisters, like this is definitely give that vibe. So yes, but I'm very excited about the what is it called? About the off-limits rules. So we're gonna read that together. Again, I'll give some updates, kind of follow along when I start it, when I finish it, the whole nine. I'm very excited about it. So I hope you guys are excited about it too. Sorry if your vote didn't win. Maybe we'll like do a repoll next month and try to get Funny Feelings. Maybe maybe we can just, I don't know. Maybe, let me not speak too soon, but we'll see next month if we can maybe get Funny Feelings on the TBR or as our buddy read. We can see. You guys can let me know. Also, always let me know what other recommendations you have, all that good stuff, because I love to see it. Okay. I think that was everything that like I almost forgot and was like running around like a madman trying to remember. I got this blanket from Target if you're curious. I think it's so cute. It's like the red lips. It's giving Valentine's. Sort of. Love that. Okay, let's talk about the book stuff. So I actually, for the first time, well, me and my friend went to a midnight release of Onyx Storm. We decided to get our little vouchers though from Secondhand Charles because we didn't know Barnes & Nobles was doing anything, which is stupid. Like obviously we should have assumed, but like they just didn't advertise it, whereas Secondhand Charles was sending me like emails and like the whole nine, like they were advertising it the house down. And so we're like, oh great. Well, they didn't tell us, the workers didn't know anything at all. They didn't know what was happening, which is fine. Like I think it is cool that it's a surprise for them too, so that they can enjoy it too, but they didn't tell us that it starts at like 10, which maybe that was obvious to some people who like do this a lot, but this was our first one. We've never been to anything like this, and they kept calling it a midnight release party. So obviously the book releases at midnight, so I thought the party started at midnight. Yeah. I thought that was when things were going down. Well, now they started at 10, which we'll know for next time, and if it's common sense, then forgive me, but I just don't think that, I think that they should have just told us that, because they kept saying midnight, which I get it. You need a voucher for the midnight release to get your book at midnight, but I'm like, they also should have just been like, but the party starts at 10, be here at 10, and we'll have stuff, because I think they did like a scavenger hunt too, and they did like, bingo, and they had a bunch of fun stuff that when we got there, we were like, is this it? This is the party? They had like some coloring pages and we were like, huh? But whatever, you know, whatever. So I'll just show you though, we did get these cutie little bags when we came in, which I was like, oh, thank God. I'd have been so sad. I think our tickets were like their tickets were $35. So you got the book and you can get entrance to this party or whatever. But they gave us a little, what is the word? Bookmark, which is just super cute. And then a bookmark that you could probably color in. No comments. But the cutest thing, oh sorry, they also gave us a cute little sticker, which is actually cute. I like it. I don't know if you could see that very well, but a cute sticker. But the star of the show was this cute pin. I was like, what? That is so cute. I don't know which way it goes. Oh, there it goes. Maybe I should take it out of the bag. But it's just so cute. And I was like, okay, I'm not a pin girl. My friend, like, she's really big on, like, the Disney pins, and she, like, trades them and stuff. But I don't. But I thought that was really cute. It's weighted. It feels hefty. It's a really cute little thing. So I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And again, I was glad that we kind of, they still had those bags or something. Because we would have walked in and been like, huh? They did have other stuff for, like, purchase and stuff. That was, like, kind of cute, but it was, like, nothing was worth the price tag, so I was like, whatever. But this is your PSA, and again, maybe it's me. If you're ever going to a midnight release, it probably starts before midnight. So we were able, right when we got there, we kind of were like, they were like, come grab your books or whatever. So I did get my book, the special edition Onyx Storm, with the dragons. She's a beaut. So I did get one. I did order for one from Amazon as well. And I know you're like, Marissa, why did you get both? Because Amazon is so finicky. Like, some people will, like, have ordered it, like, right the day, like, you can pre-order it and not get their thing. Some will say that it's gonna deliver, and then that day it'll say, like, delayed, or they'll send, I know some people who theirs delivered and it was the original. So I was like, no. And I was like, you should just cancel, you should just cancel maybe then the Amazon one, right? But I was like, right when I was like, okay, I'll just cancel it, when I knew I had this in my hands, when I knew that this was mine, I was like, I'll cancel it, but it was already shipping, so I was like, whatever. And I wanted one to annotate, one to leave beautiful, so now I have one that I annotated, one that I left gorgeous, so that one's somewhere else. But that pre-order I did like I did it right one release day, so I didn't want to count it as like a book that I purchased this month, because technically I had pre-ordered that a long time ago. So yes, but I love that one. But now I want to tell you a funny story. So so you guys know that Target did an exclusive edition of Iron Flame, and of Onyx Storm, and they released that, they released online at 3 a.m. So some people were able to, like, order it, get it at 3 a.m. I know some people did get theirs and it ended up being the regular edition, which I would have been floored. That's what it would scare me to order it online. But I was kind of like 3 a.m. I was like, you know, like, whatever happens. Like, I don't need it necessarily. Obviously, it is nice to have it, but I didn't need it. And so I was like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna, like, rush at 3 a.m. I know people woke up early, were lined up outside. I read, like, people talked about, like, the store owner said, hey, listen, we only have 12 copies, so the first 12 of you are the only ones who can get in. Like, I know, like, it was crazy out there. And I also know that probably by, like, 4 a.m., there are already people posting those craps on Mercari, on Poshmark, all those things for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, which is so irritating. Obviously, you know, you bought it, you spent your money on it. What can you do? You can't, like, check people, like, be like, oh, are you actually going to read this book, or are you going to resell it? Like, you can't verify that, but it is very annoying, which I know. I'm there with you, but you can't really do anything about it. So anyway, I was like, you know what, let me just go. No, actually, I was like, I'm not even gonna go to Target because I really doubt they're there, so I didn't go or anything like that. Then I think it was like the next day, people were posting that they had little pins as well for, like, the dragons. They had, like, stickers, they had bags and hats, and I was like, guys, why are we worried about the book when all this other stuff was coming out and I didn't know? So I was like, let me just take a stroll to Target. I didn't find the pins or anything like that, but I did find the last pack, actually, of these cute stickers. So they're from Out of Print, and they have Team Zayden. I just love the dragons, though. It was so cute. And then Enemies to Lovers was super cute. And then it says Romantasy Book Club. This freaking pack was $12 for 4 stickers. I said, oh, they're really capitalizing on this, and I really went for it. I really bought it, but it's fine. It made me really happy. So I'm really excited about the dragons to put. I don't know what I want to put them on yet. Obviously, I have to be, like, very, I have to be very choosy. I could use the, like, dots that I've been using, like the glue dots, but we'll see. So then a couple days later, someone said that they were someone had said that they had spotted the Target editions at Target. Even just a couple days later, they said that they just came off the truck, so they think a couple more are trickling in. So I went to Target to check, didn't find them, but I have this, like, I'll call it paranoia because it is paranoia, but I promise it's not too crazy. But literally, I was like, I would walk in, I would go to Target, and I'm like looking for it, and I'm like, people are probably laughing at me, like, ha, she thinks she's gonna get it, and da-da-da-da-da, and she's looking around for it, and obviously they have no idea, but it just feels like they are judging me in my head. I know, how psycho. So I was like, you know what, I'll just buy some other books. Again, I read both of these, but I'm almost done with this one, but I read this one, really early in the month. It's Glow of the Everflame by Penn Cole, and on Target.com, it's $29.99. I was like $30, but in person, it's $20, so obviously it's more expensive because it's hardcover, but I didn't mind because I had paid that for the first one. I read this book, and I'm really enjoying this series so far, so I probably will buy the third one when it comes out too, because I'm just enjoying it, but again, I did read it already, so I was like, it's fine. Like, I felt like it wasn't like a problem. Obviously I bought them, and I was like, I felt a little guilty I did, but it's like, I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel joy when I'm purchasing books, so definitely gonna like just make sure we're all on the same page that I'm gonna be buying books that I already read, if I really love them and I really want them, you know. It's also hard too because you never know with books like that, because one second they're at Target, the next you can't find them anywhere, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then you guys know my irritation with Four Ruined Realms by Mike Corland. So it was actually a book of the month book, the first one, Five Broken Blades, but then they did not make this one a book of the month book, which I think it's going to be a 5-book series, so I get it. That's a lot of months to have a book of the month book, so I feel like it makes sense to cut it off while you're only at book 1, but I was still annoyed about it. But anyway, so I started reading this on Kindle, because you can get it on Kindle Unlimited, and I was just really enjoying it, and I'm just like, you know, I love the Fourth Wing books, and so that's why I get all these editions, but I'm like, honestly, I really love this series so much, and this series has become, like, it's so surprising to me how much I love this series that I want to have like the fun editions. So this one was at Target, so I didn't want it to miss my chance in a way. And so it has these cool like pictures on it. And I think I'm gonna try to get the first one from Target.com because it says I can still order it. It just wasn't on Amazon and it wasn't in store at Target. So now I'm like, see, this is why I should have just bought it because I don't want to miss out. But the first version, hopefully I can get the one that has the person on it, because this is so freaking cool and I love this series so much, truly. And then this was like the cover, which you guys know I'm a sucker for a good cover, but then this was like the inside. Oh, so cool. It's just so fire. And then if you read the series, you'll know why that's so this is just so cool. So here's the thing though, that I went back to Target a day after I bought those books, because someone posted on Facebook and was like, there are more Target edition Onyx Storms, so run. And I was like, it's okay, I don't want to like give myself, you know, I don't want to be anxious about it and then like race over there and then nothing's there, because it would just make me so mad. So I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna fight it, whatever. So then I was going out anyway and I had some time to kill, so I was like, you know what, let me just take a stroll at Target. It was not a need. I was gonna look at other books, to be honest, because I was like, well, might as well just buy some other books while we're here. But I didn't. But then I got there and sure enough, she was there, and it was the last one, literally the last one. I was like, if I was even 5 minutes late, like later than I was, it would have been gone. And I'll tell you why. Hold on though. Sorry, I'll tell you why. 1 second. Anyway, she's a beaut. Is it like, you know, the coolest thing? Like, you know, is it the most fun? Like, no, it just felt so good to get this. There is some fan art in the inside, which is super, it's cool. It's not like the prettiest, most elaborate art in the whole wide world, no. But I do think that it's just so fun to have it, and I would have been mad if I had the chance to get it and I didn't get it, you know? So I am glad that I got it. So I would have got it anyway. Actually, I'm gonna take this sticker off. But literally, so I walked up, I like looked at the books, and I was like, no. I was gonna look for another one because for my friend, but there was only the one. And I was looking at the other ones. They did have this edition the other special, well, like the special edition there too, and then they had like the plain ones too, so they had a lot of them in stock. I did check online too, and it did say that they were at my store, but I was like, I don't believe you. So I didn't get my hopes up, but it worked out. Anyway, I went there, so I saw it, grabbed it, like walked around a little bit because I was like, maybe like some of the other ones, and there were like Fourth Wing paperbacks like misplaced, so I was like, I'm sure people are like possibly misplacing them and stuff like that, because after I bought mine, it did say that there were still more, and I know that I grabbed the last one. So if you're really serious about it, like, I'm sure people are hiding them, and I did hear someone say that they hid them. She hid one because she didn't want people to just buy them and resell them. So she was telling the people in the group chat who like probably would go look, and she's like, I hid it here, so go find it. Which makes sense. But then, so I got it, I was walking around just looking at some other stuff, and I saw a guy walk up to the books, the Onyx Storm books, and he was like looking at them, he's like, and I could see him grab the other special edition, and I was like, I don't know if he's like, you never know. I hate to, what is the word, not generalize, but I hate to like a stereotype, but I was like, are you gonna buy it and resell it? Is that what you're doing over there? But no, he picked it up, and he was like, he's showing his wife, so she was at the checkout, the not checkout, the what are they called? She was at the customer service, and he was holding up the book to her, and she was like, no, not that one. I was like, oh no, she's looking for this version. So literally, if I would have waited like even a minute longer, like if I would have like not grabbed it, walked away, and then like, oh, I'll get it on my way, something like anything, if I would have made any decision differently, I wouldn't have got it. I would not have got it. And who knows, even if I would have went earlier, there's no guarantee that it would have been there, because it could just been a late, someone put it out late, or someone had grabbed it, moved it, so someone was bringing it back, whatever it was. Someone could have returned it, so they were bringing it out to the floor, whatever it was. Like if I would have done anything differently, I wouldn't have had it. And so I was very excited. So now I have literally 3 editions of Onyx Storm. And it's fine because I gave it 5 stars. But I'm also like, I'm probably gonna, because I really like the paperback. So honestly, I feel like I don't have to wait for like, I don't have to decide. I don't have to make a decision right now, because they're probably not going to come out with any new editions or any editions that I'm going to want for like another 1.5 years, because Iron Flame doesn't even have any fun editions besides like the black covers. But even then, like, obviously it's not that fun. So I'm going to wait I want Iron Flame to come in a paperback, then I'll get that one. But then, like, I don't know what Onyx Storm is going to do. I don't know if she's going to do anything to it, so. But that was my fun story. And I'm honestly, like, I was going to say, I swear I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not, like, a super, like, big on, like, collector's editions. And, like, I'm not, like, super crazy about it. But I definitely think if it's a series that I like, I obviously want to, like, get the fun editions. And again, sometimes it's just, like, it feels so good to have gotten it. It's just, like, bliss. I'm sorry. I sound like I'm bragging. I'm so sorry. It's actually hilarious is that some people, like, actually, like, think this edition is so ugly. And they're like, what the heck? And I could see it. It's really not the prettiest. Like, what I want to, that's so cool. But, what was I gonna say? That's how I was convinced. That's how I was convincing myself that I didn't have to like rush to Target. I was like, well, it's not that like amazing anyway. But honestly, this is like the actual cover, and I kind of love this so much. I just think it's like the cutest little touch, and I wish, first of all, I wish all of her editions had that, obviously. But it's just like fun little cute things. So I'll stop talking about that, but I was just very excited, and I can't believe that happened. Sorry, excuse me. I don't know why I said sorry, but I mean, I don't know why I said excuse me, but I just meant sorry that I kicked you. All that stuff ended up taking like so much more time than I thought, but totally fine. There wasn't much else that I wanted to talk about today. Okay, I just wanted to do something super fun, and I feel like it could be a great conversation starter. So I saw someone post this. Really quick, I wanted to throw in here to proceed with caution, because there may be spoilers, even if like I don't think it's necessarily a spoiler, or you know, you may not think it's a spoiler. There are things like even just names of people and just little things like that I mention, I say, because we're talking about Throne of Glass, ACOTAR, and Fourth Wing. I'm all caught up on all 3 series. So I'm just talking here with no sort of, not very much discretion, a little bit, like I don't say everything, but like a couple things may be spoilers. So again, proceed with caution, you know, view at your own discretion. And yes, I mentioned it, but I just want to like reiterate that proceed with caution. And I just had to give my opinion because why not? They did, well, we're gonna do Kiss, Marry, Kill, because keep it a little bit more PG on this channel. Kiss, Marry, Kill, they did Kale from Throne of Glass, they did Tomlin from ACOTAR, and they did Dane from Fourth Ring. I'm just gonna give you a second to to click off this video if you don't want to have my unpopular opinion here. So, Dane. We'll start with Dane. Maybe we'll start with Dane. Because I feel like I think there's a good amount of people, more people will agree with me as on Dane. He's not that bad. Like, genuinely, everyone is so dramatic. And Rebecca Yarros actually said this, and I said, yo, that's fact. She was like, what's his name? Xaden can do the exact same thing to Violet that Dane did. And we're all like, yay! Like, yes, Xaden. And then when Dane does it, we're like, no, you evil, horrible. Be so for real. Xaden literally held, and this may be a spoiler, so proceed with caution. Xaden literally held his second signet from Violet, talking about some, I love you, but I'm not going to tell you the truth. And we're like, so cute, true love. And Dane she knew Dane's signet. She knew it. And she was, that's on you, man. That's on you. And now I do obviously think that Dane went a little far. And it turned out horribly. Like, people died because of his decision. Sad people died. I didn't want that to happen, no. But I'm like, we're literally sitting here holding this against Dane for no reason. Because in general, if this was, and let's just say too, if this was a different fantasy book and Dane was like, come on, let's get you out of here, we would have been swooning. We would have been swooning. And so let's not be liars, because there are some other fantasy books. I wish I could think of them right now. Well, here's the thing. Here's one. When, what's his name? Rhysand gets Feyre out of the wedding with Tomlin. Well, hello. Or should we have said, well, you're strong enough, you can handle it? No. We were like, get out of there, run, run, because it was a danger to her. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, in my opinion, I just think we gassed it up. We really want Dane to be Tomlin, and even Kale to some people, but I just really think Dane is not that bad. And we're also dramatic. And it makes sense. I was dramatic for a little bit too, but it's like, it's just my opinion, you know? And I do think, obviously, Dane is getting better and better as the books go on. And obviously, he had a little bit of a stick up his butt. It's fine. But it's really not, like, it's really, there are worse people out there. And I'm like, we really hate on Dane, and he's really not that bad. So let's not be so dramatic. Like, so ultimately dramatic. So easily, actually, it's not even easy, because let's talk about Kale next. Kale. Are you kidding me? If you don't think Kale's gonna be a great freaking husband and a great father, I don't know. Did you even read the books? Did you read the books? I get it in the beginning. I mean, Kale and Dane are honestly probably similar, where you know, they hold the rules really highly and they want to follow the rules. They're not like rule breakers. I'm so sorry that Kale didn't feel like being a freaking assassin and just killing people left and right. I'm so sorry that broke all of our hearts for some reason. It's literally, again, not that serious. And Kale, well, again, not that bad. Definitely similar. I think, I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure, I think it was the same thing. Oh, that's what it was. Kale's, like, decision got, obviously, some people we like, killed. It does suck. And obviously, I think that's the best thing, though, that they made a decision. It didn't work out. So then they changed Like, what more could you ask for? Hello? Hello? You want people to just be perfect? Because it's just not realistic. And obviously we paint this picture as our, you know, main characters are perfect and Rowan's perfect and Selena could do no wrong. It's just not the truth. It's just not the truth. Aelin, I should say, could do no wrong. It's just not the truth. They all made decisions that got people killed. Aelin literally killed people. She's literally an assassin. And so, but one day you wake up and you change. That's what you want. And so Chaol, his book, was one of my favorite books in the whole series, and Do Not Come For Me, it is so good. It is so good. One of the best redemption arcs ever. And I think, like, just looking at him as a person, one of the best growths ever. Like, come on, he grew so much. And like, if you don't want that man to be the father of your children, I don't know what you're doing. Of course I love Rowan, of course I love Lorcan, of course, but I also love Chaol, and I think that's what I said. I think that's what I decided. Like, I will kiss Dane, but I will marry Chaol. I will do it. Honestly, it was hard because I would love to marry Dane too, like, don't get me wrong. But I think I would marry Chaol. So that means that leaves us to kill Tomlin. And here's the thing. Tomlin was a little bit backwards than Dane and Chaol. I think Tomlin started off not that bad. He was fine, literally fine. Obviously, it's a similar thing where Feyre wants to be this freaking warrior and wants to go do all this stuff, and Tomlin's like, no, you have to stay safe. I get it. For the book purposes, we don't want that. We want her to go be a baddie. Like, we want that for her. Of course, it makes sense. But also, like, I want to stay at home. Lock me up. I don't want to go out there and fight things. Like, so let's be realistic. Come on. We really hated on Tomlin for what? Just because we wanted her to go out? Yeah. And definitely Under the Mountain, Tomlin was a little stupid. And that's why I'm okay killing Tomlin, because I definitely think he has more red flags than the rest of them, for sure. And definitely, what's her name? Feyre was not for him. But I also didn't really like Feyre. She was just annoying to me. She is annoying to me, honestly. She's a little bit of a brat, in my opinion. Like, she really wanted to, like, be this warrior, but she's also like, woe is me. And so she's not my favorite FMC in the whole wide world. So I just think her and Tomlin also just didn't get along. They were not compatible at all. At all. And so, you know, it's fine. Again, he has more red flags than the other two, but up until, I think, book 3, when he starts saying, oh my gosh, they're at like a round table meeting or whatever, and he starts saying some stuff, I said, no. And it honestly surprised me, because that just, it wasn't like, again, like, yes, Tomlin's character had its flaws, but it was not that extreme until Sarah J. Maas wrote that in there in book 3, and he was psychopath. I said, that's disgusting. First of all, I didn't even want to read that, let alone imagine living that and not being able to kill him. Oh, no. So that's why I was okay killing Tomlin. And I definitely think there is a chance for Tomlin to have a redemption. I just don't know if she'll do it. Like, why waste the time, if you will? Because we still want, like, other people's stories before Tomlin gets his redemption. Like, it's not that serious, but, you know. Yes. Obviously, I just spent like 15 minutes talking about that, but I had a lot of opinions on it, because it does bother me that I'm like, people are so, they're such haters on Dane and Chaol and all these characters, and I'm like, do you understand that we're haters on people who aren't even the villains? That's the thing. There are literal villains, like Jack Barlow, a literal villain, and we're like, oh, Dane, how dare you? I'm like, what? We're so dramatic. That's also, I felt like this, I said this, someone commented about it the other day too, is that I was talking about like Tella from Caraval, people have a problem with, and I'm like, I don't understand why, but also like Nesta from also ACOTAR, people have a problem with, and I'm like, what is wrong with everyone? We get mad at people for having natural human emotions and then changing, and we're like, oh, still we hate them. And I'm like, this is the problem. We really love to, and you know, I'm with you. We love to live in our fantasy worlds. We do, where, like, you know, we're all expected to be perfect and can kick butt and to fight and all that good jazz. And then the people who, like, annoy you, we can hate them. We're allowed to hate them in the thing because in real life, it's not realistic at all. And we forgive people for worse in real life. Come on. And people write books about cheating and we're like, yeah. No. Hard pass. So anyway, obviously I'm in a mood. And this is why I was talking about this in another video too. This is why I didn't do that video of talking about like the unpopular opinion videos or like stuff like that, because I get way too passionate about it and I hope I didn't insult anyone. But I'm a very, like, I like to look at things, I don't want to say differently, but I guess just like differently from normal people. And I don't like to be just to have an opinion that everyone else has. I want to have reasons for my opinions. And so, you know, like, just because everyone in the whole wide world is not obsessed with Kale or Dane and Tomlin, like, I'm not going to just go with the flow. I'm not going to just take your word for it. I'm not. I'm going to read the book and figure out for myself. So again, Tomlin, not a good dude. I think he can change. He could say he's sorry, but obviously he has some issues. Dane and Kale is the ultimate transformation, and Dane can get there for sure. Okay, he's easy. All he has to, I mean, he's saying sorry, and if he gets with Homegirl, stop, the ultimate redemption. Ultimate redemption. So, yes. Obsessed. So, anyway. Honestly, I think that's everything. I'm really excited, though, because I'm about to read Kingmakers for the month. I haven't started it yet, but book 2 and book 3. But book 3, if you guys read Kingmakers at all, if not, I'll explain. In book 1, we get it's best friends to lovers, but we do have, like, for a little bit, it is a little bit of love triangle, but the triangle, the third guy, he's not a good guy. He is bad. He's very bad. He's very bad. Book 3 is his love story. Is it what? A redemption arc? A redemption arc? I was screaming. So I'm very excited for this, and I want to see who he ends up with. I want to see who he ends up with, how she kind of just develops him as a character and the whole nine. I'm very excited about it. So stay tuned for that review. As always, let me know what sort of reading vlogs you want to see, what books you want to see, that whole nine. Obviously, I have a huge list of books that I want to buy for February, but I'm gonna have to dwindle it down to 5, and I feel like I can do it, but it is difficult because it's like there's so many new releases, but also there are old releases that I really want to read and all that good stuff. So yes, let me know. Alright guys, that's it for this really long video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Obviously let me know any of your thoughts, opinions down below. This is just a friendly reminder that this is a safe space here. You can share your opinion without criticism. We can have lots of conversations, of course. That is the fun of YouTube and social media. You can share your thoughts and your opinions, and hopefully no one jumps down your throat about it. So please don't jump down my throat about it. And if that's the case, in the future I will probably refrain from giving opinions that may be controversial, but it's fine. For now, I think they needed to be said. So that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next one. Bye, nerds.